Alright, so we're in my shop working today, and if you follow my channel, you'll know that we work on lots of cool little classic cars. But today is a little different. We're not working on any cool little classic cars today. No, we're not petting the dog, although that would be fun. We are going to do a tool review. I'm sure you just can't wait. So what we got here are two chainsaws. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to the electric landscape out there in the world, but there's a lot of electric cars coming online, a lot of electric power tools. The blue saw here is a Makita, and it's battery powered. It's got a 14-inch blade, maybe it's a 16, I'm not sure. And this is my old trusty Stihl. I've had it a few years. It's an MS 170. See that? I don't know how much horsepower it's got. Maybe 2 horsepower, maybe 1, I don't know. But it's 2-stroke. It takes gas, it takes oil. That takes nothing but clean old energy. You can get that from your solar panels. You can get that from your hydroelectric dam like we have here in the Pacific Northwest. And you can effectively run your chainsaw on free, clean power. Or can you? Stick around. Let's try them out. Okay, let's load them up and cut something. Let's check their worth. Come on, let's go, puppy. All right, so we're in the garden here. Nice little garden patch, and the beavers from the creek cut down my tree. Kind of made me mad. So what better way to chop up this log, which I think is cottonwood or poplar, which is sort of a light wood, although it's pretty green and wet. So just to give you a little background, I don't want to skew this test, but we've got our electric chainsaw, we've got our gas chainsaw, a little gas, a little oil. Let's lube these things up and see how they fare cutting up a log. Okay, so the oil and gas 2-stroke mixture goes in this compartment here, and there is none in there. And then the bar oil for lubricating the chain goes here. Let's see if I can pour this. I already poured in my 2-stroke oil. It usually takes about a capful, and we're trying to mix it approximately 40-to-1. There we go. It's full. And we're going to do the same thing with our bar oil. See if I can get it in there without making a huge mess. Glug, 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 glug. There we go. And even though this is an electric chainsaw, it requires bar oil. The bar still spins. It needs to be, I should say the chain still spins. It needs to be oiled. Try to get that in there without making a huge mess. There. That way our chain stays lubricated. I should say, to be fair, let's see. This is an electric chainsaw, as I said before. It's a Makita, and I forget what amperage these batteries are. I think there's differences on these. Okay, so these are the 5-amp batteries. They make them in 3, 4, and 5. So these are the heavy duty 18 volt times 2 is 36 volt, but these are the 5-amp batteries. And just to make things equal, if you can see those lights or not, they went out. The batteries are full. Let me try to shade it a little bit. See that? Full. And then to turn the saw on, you got to press this button. It's got to light up green. We're not going to turn on quite yet. All right, so we have our log in place. We have our hearing protection. We have our sunglasses. Now all we need is some gloves and a saw. There is one thing I forgot to make this super even, is the sharpness of the chain. That would make a huge difference. I believe these chains are pretty sharp. I mean, I'm just doing the old finger test and they feel pretty good. This one's quite a bit looser than this one. We'll start off with the 2-stroke saw, see if we can get it fired up, and then we'll move on to the battery power. I'm hoping to be enlightened and delighted and amazed by the battery power saw. I've got a lot riding on it, but I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's see how easily this thing starts up. We got to turn the choke on. Got to give it the gas. It's got fuel. Okay, I'm going to turn the choke off a little bit. I think we're ready. Okay, that's enough of that. Either that wood is really hard or my blade is really dull. I'm halfway through the log. I'm going to take the electric saw and see if I can finish it up faster. It's sort of ridiculous, actually. And I forgot my gloves. Okay, we got our electric saw here. Never used this before. Power on. Power on. There we go. Okay, it's got a brake on it. Well, let's see how that does. Certainly is quiet. Wow. So I learned something here. I think my gas-powered saw's got a dull blade. I cut like butter. Let's do that again. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed. If I really lean into it, I can make it stall, which I'm not super happy about, but I guess I could do that with the gas-powered one too. I'm gonna enjoy this. Yeah, that'll work pretty good. All right, thanks for watching. No gas. It's the wave of the future. Get on board. Yeehaw. Okay, so we finished chopping up our log project here, mostly with our electric chainsaw. And the one thing I didn't think about was after you use it a lot, you can see that now. You see the lights there? Whoops, let me show you there. It uses a lot of battery power, and it's pretty hard to recharge in the woods, whereas this one still has a half tank, but I haven't used it much. That's something to consider. Something probably really important to consider. Extra batteries.